Hello everyone, my name is Vicki Fust and I'm coming to you from St. Charles, Missouri. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I hope you're all having a great day. And I have, since I've come home from Raleigh, North Carolina, I went to my first, let's see, what do they call it? One of the rallies. They call it one of their conventions. So I went to my first convention. I didn't have a ticket to get into the convention, but I did have a hotel room and my airline already purchased. So I decided to go ahead and go. There was a demonstrator by the name of Sherry Waite. I believe that I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but I'm not sure. But she did a card exchange with Rosie, and one of the gals that was with us, she received that card, and I just absolutely loved it. She did use different paper for it, but this was my creation of the card that she did. And I called it the Mushroom Trifold card. It looks difficult, but... Oh, I'm not. Okay. I thought I did. Okay. So, oh, good. So I did do some messing up. So let's go back. Okay. Now I am. Hello everyone, my name is Vicki Fust and I'm coming to you from St. Charles, Missouri. My craft room, Creative Corners. I went to convention this year out in Raleigh, North Carolina. My first convention that I'd ever been to. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 5 years. Love doing it, love making the cards, meeting new people. And while I was out there, we did the card exchange. A few of us in the group that I was with, we did a card exchange with Rosie. And I'm sure if you've ever been to convention, you've heard about Rosie or seen Rosie and done card exchanges with her. And it was a lot of fun. But one of the individuals that swapped cards, her name was Sherry Waite. I think I'm pronouncing it right. She's out of Midland, Texas. Very, very talented, very, very nice individual. Talked to her several times on the phone. I just have to really give a big shout out to her. She was incredible. She is quite high up in Stampin' Up!, but yet with me, the little fish in the pond, she was just very delightful and was happy to share with me. So this is the card that she made. She used different designer series paper for it, and I used the mushroom. It's called Mushroom something. It's no longer available. I did find it out on Etsy. I did like the paper. It's just taken me a while to get myself set up. My son-in-law was so gracious to help me get all of my cameras and my setup available, so now I can do live videos. So this is the card. It's hard to see, when it's standing up. But this is the way it looks when it's standing, or when it's actually folded. And you can put it into a 5x7 envelope. So it does need a larger envelope. But I'm going to stretch it out and just show you all of the detail. It was a lot of fun to make this card. It looks difficult, but it was very, very easy. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put one together. I do have all of my dimensions and everything ready to go here. So I'm just going to set this back up over here. And let me just get my ruler here real quick. I'm not positive on the dimensions of the card. I had it wrote down. I'm not exactly sure where it's at, but let me put my glasses on here so that I can see this ruler. Okay, it is 6 by 11. So it is a 6 by 11 paper. And then you're just going to mountain, valley. So it's scored at 3. Scored at 3 again. So then it would be 3, then 6. 6, and then 7.5. 8 7/8, and then 9 7/8. So I hope you guys got that as I called it off. I meant to have that wrote down, and I apologize for that. So the next thing is all of your pieces that go on the inside. So here's the first piece, and I have all the dimensions on them. So you can take a look at those, take a picture of it, whatever you need to do. But I've got all the dimensions wrote down, just like that. Hope you can see all that. So I'll just leave that set there for just a minute. And I use the meant to be octagon dies, and I use the dies, several of them, but I didn't use all of them in each one of my layers. I only used some of them, but I don't know if that's going to take, nope, it's not going to take me off the camera. Good. So that shows you all of them. And then what is that called? Let me just check back here real quick because I've got them all laid out. Wanted to Say Dies is the die set that I got the Celebrate from. And it's a two-step die. So that's where I got that from. And when I'm making my cards, I typically will make more pieces than what I'm going to use. So I keep my stuff set aside, and I'll hold it over here in my camera. It's just a little old pizza pan, and then I have all my pieces in these little, I don't know, Dixie cups or whatever you want to, not Dixie cups, but it's like just a little container that I got at the grocery store. But I keep all my pieces in there. And I had to cut out some extra ferns, so I did that as well. And I used some of the sets from the Paper Pumpkin, and it's the Paper Pumpkin extra pack that you can buy, dies that you can buy to go with your Paper Pumpkins. So that's what I've used to the ferns from, and I think that's the only thing that I used. Oh, I think I might have used the bee from one of the Stampin' or the one of the packages as well. So I'm just going to pick out a couple of my little things, my little embellishments here. Set them all aside like that. And let's see, I've got little bees. I want to tell you too, I'm just going to put a quick little post for the software system that I'm using to organize all of my Stamping Up, and it is called what is that called? I know I will think of it because I can't think of it right now. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But I've used this software system, and I've organized all of my stamps, all of my dies. Oh, yes, my husband just popped in and said, Airtable. It is phenomenal. I love the Airtable. So I have my embellishments, my paper, my stamps, my dies, all of the ink pads that I have, everything is all on my Airtable. So if I want to find a B, all I have to do is go in the search bar, type in the word B, and every stamp set that I have it will show me which one has a B with it. Now you do have to put all that in, but the initial part of doing the Airtable is a bit time consuming, but it is worth it. I absolutely love the Airtable and the way it works. So that's fun. All right, now I have that. I have my stamping dimensionals here, and I'm just going to set those here to the side. And then I'm just going to start putting this together, and you'll see how easy it is for it to all just go together. So I'll take that off. I'm going to set my little Post-its off to the side. One more thing, I do want to share this. So this is the DSP. It comes in a 6x6. It's just really neat paper, and as you can see, I've used a lot of the different sides. So that is the DSP. Let me just take this off here real quick here, so that I can just show this to you real quick. Yeah, I've used a lot of it. So, so there's one. There's two. This one's kind of funny looking. I'm not really sure what this little guy is. Or maybe it's just a mushroom and it has something behind it. And has a little ladybug on the top of it. It kind of, I don't know. When I first looked at it, I thought that was like a little man or something. I don't know. It just kind of looked funny to me. And then there's that one. This is real cute. Love this. And I've used this. Okay. And then I used the back side of that one. I like this one too. And then I used this one as well. And here's the large sheet of it. So it's great. I love the paper. Like I said, I did get some off of Etsy, so you can do that if Stampin' Up! Doesn't have it available anymore. That's kind of my go-to. I just look for it someplace else, and I like this paper. So yeah, I just reached out to, and it should be coming real soon. I've always had a good experience with Etsy. So yeah. So there we go. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to adhere these, and it's just a very, very small border. It's not much of a border at all. So you just kind of fit it on there and then just run it on. There you go. All right. Here's my next one. Uh-oh. Hope I can cover that up. That Post-it note took that piece of paper right off of there. I wonder if I can... Yeah. I'll cover it with something. Or actually, I could just use this side of it, and it would be all right. And then I don't have to worry about making sure that I guess, note to self, when you use a Post-it note, be careful, because I don't think I've ever had a Post-it note do that on my DSP, but it just took the whole thing right off of there. All right, so there we go. All right, so that's number 2. I'll be a little more careful with this one because I don't want that to happen again. Yep, there we go. Okay. And there we go. I hope you were able to get the dimensions of all of that. If you didn't, just go back and you can zip through it and watch it again. Get your dimensions. There we go. All right, and then I'm just going to go ahead, and it's a mountain valley, so you can see that. And you adhere the first one. Onto this first piece. So your card is going to stand up. So you want to make sure that you leave this open in the back. This one's going to stay because it's going to set up like that. And that helps it to set up. You know what? This is just a little bit off, and that will make me crazy. So I can't leave that like that. So it's just a little tiny bit. There we go. Okay, now I think I got it. That's better. Yeah. Every time I would look at that, I would see that and I'd go, ugh, that looks terrible. That's the OCD in me. Okay. And then this one goes on the second one. So the back side doesn't have anything on it, but the front side is going to have your cardstock and DSP or designer series paper. Okay. And there's the last one. All right, and when I put this together, and this is something that Sherry told me, is with the last one. Let me see. Oh, Jennifer. Oh, it's nice to see you on here. Thank you. Thank you very much. I guess I'll see you next week. We have Bunko next week, and that's one of the gals I play Bunko with, and I love it. All right, so here we are. We're going to just put this on here. Let's kind of zip it around there. All right. Whoops. All right. And this is my debut, so, you know, feel free to make some comments if the lighting is too much, is not enough. I know I have my family out there, and they're going to critique me, and so it's always nice to hear from someone else as well. So I hope I'm not having my head in the camera, and those are things that I'm going to be looking for. And too, I shouldn't have covered this all up, because if you do want to get a hold of me, you can always email me at the Creative Corners 2, and corners is with a K, at gmail.com. So you can always reach out to me there, and I will get your message, and I'll be happy to email you back, or if you want me to text you back, I can do that too. Either or, it doesn't matter to me. So whatever works best for you. So I'm going to just put that on there. Okay, and then I had my happy birthday, but unfortunately, I thought it was right here on my tray. I'm going to look one more time. I do not see it, but you know what? I've got it right here. And I used the stamp. I bet it's right behind me, because I tried to keep everything right here within my reach, and I could reach it. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I just need a little piece of white scrap of paper. So there we go. And I am using the Melon Mambo for the happy birthday. And I love my glass mat. Shout out to scrapbook.com. I love my glass mat. It came from them. You don't have to use anything under your photopolymer stamps. You can just stamp right on your glass mat. Any stamp that you use, you don't have to be concerned about stamping it on a Stampin' Pierce mat. It does a great job. So once again, big shout out to scrapbook.com. I use their supplies as well. Like I said, I am with Stampin' Up, but I do not 100% use everything from Stampin' Up. I believe that there are other great companies out there as well as Stampin' Up. Okay, so this punch is called the Double Oval Punch. I think, can you see that? Yep. Okay, and it is still available from what I understand. So, Double Oval Punch. And it is really a nice punch as well. I have used that many times. Let me get my little scrap piece of paper here. I just need to decide what side I want to do. I think I'm going to do that. So there we go. Set that over here. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals, and I'm just going to pop this up. Let me just throw this little piece away. When I had misplaced my tweezers the other day, and then I found them in the office. So, and then somehow they got taken upstairs. So that's where they are. They're upstairs. And I am not the greatest at using these, I don't know, I call them backwards tweezers. So like you pinch it and it, instead of opening it, I don't know, it's kind of different for me. Some people may like them. I did run across an individual that she's like, oh, I love those. Not a tweezer for me. And the tweezers that I do have, I have no idea where they came from. I've had them for a long, long time, and I really like them. So if you watch future videos, you'll see me with my tweezers, because that is something that I will make sure that I have on my table. Okay, there we go. We got our dimensionals on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down. And you just kind of center it on there. Make it look nice. There we go. All right. I'll throw those away. Okay. And then she did say, work from the back. So I'm going to go ahead, and I want this to be a little bit higher. So I kind of measured it, if you can see this. So it's with the back of the card, and then I just eyeballed the right distance between there. Some people would probably measure it. Myself, I would not, but that's just me. Okay, so let me go ahead and adhere this down. You can use glue with it too. And you know, this is going to be a card that's going to be opened and closed and opened and closed. So you might want to think about using the glue, because it's definitely going to hold a lot better, or it's going to have a lot more strength for opening and closing constantly, or quite often, I should say. All right, so we'll just go ahead and put this little happy birthday down. And you don't really see the happy birthday until you actually open the card. So it's kind of like a little fun fold, just all kinds of pieces and mystery to it. So, and it was a lot of fun. So a lot of pieces, but you know what? They all just kind of go together real quickly, and yeah. So here's my second part, my second octagon. And maybe it's a hexagon. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. I could be. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put another pink one on. Melon Mambo, that's what that's called. Granny Apple Green is the green one. Melon Mambo is the pink. And then I told you what the DSP is. And then I used Daffodil Delight for my mushroom there. So this one's going to go down. See how that's just going to kind of lay right in there, and you can't even see the happy birthday